Bear with me, you guys. You may hear some squeaking, because guess what? I still don't have a new chair. You people keep playing games. Why won't nobody sponsor me? Today we're going to be talking about file management, specifically how I do it, which isn't very different from everybody else. That is a terrible punchline to open up a video with. Alright, let's try again. Alright, let's stop. Let's just get into the video. When you have files, right, you want to manage those files and have them in a proper place so you don't lose them later. This is very important. And not also do you want to have them organized on your computer like you want your room organized. Hopefully you do. You should have it organized in your computer. So if you want to find something, you can find it like that. Also, the benefits of file management, it just looks cleaner. Like nobody wants a desktop full of crap. Like if you look at my desktop right now, there's literally nothing on my desktop because I set it that way. Like I don't want to see anything. Like my programs that I have, they're down here. That's all I need. Like I can't stand clutter. I really can't. Like my brain just fizzes out. I can't do it. I got like digital OCD right now. We're going to get into the computer. I'm going to show you my folder structure and file management for my art files and also the art videos that I make. Let's check it out. We're not going to start with my videos yet. We're going to start with the digital art, okay? So I have everything laid out in my actual just pictures. If I go to pictures, that's where I have everything set up instead of documents. I know a lot of people like to put it in the document section. I like to put things in the picture section because I make pictures. To put it in simplest and the lamest of wackest terms, I make pictures. So I have the big chunks of folder structures. Now, what I gained in knowledge when it comes to file management is kind of like nature. Like you have a tree, right? I'm not getting all philosophical, but you have a tree and you have the big trunk, right? And then from that trunk, a branch comes out, and from that branch comes out another little branch, right? The one that just gets broken off and you get beat with as a child. Anyways, it's kind of like the same thing with file management. You have a big trunk, you have a branch, and it branches out. So this is the same thing we have here. The pictures is like just a big branch, right? Now, digital art, I'm going to click that. That's another little branch, right? And then from that little branch, it breaks out into other things, just so I know where the path of things are going to lead me. Now in this folder, I have my animation, Christ book, completed works. These are all projects that I'm working on. The Christ book is actually a specific project that I'm working on, which is why it's separate from everything else. If you have a specific project that you're working on for a client or just as a team or personally, separate it from like the mass majority of everything else you do. So you're not really looking through your daily stuff when you have a specific project. So if we look in the Christ book, it's another folder here, Christ project files, right? We just, basically this project is just about the image of Christ. It's a father and a son story. I'm collaborating with another gentleman, another saint. That's who I'm collaborating with. If we go back to completed artworks, check this out. So now everything at the top is just the project files, and everything at the bottom are the JPEG completed files. Now, most of the time I have it like that, but the JPEGs are at the top. But if you go to view up here and then go to sort by, you can sort by the name, you can sort by the size, you can sort by also the type, which is what I actually just did at the beginning. But if you want to have everything next to each other, you could just do it by name. So you have the project right here. So after hours, you see I have this project right here, the project file, and then I have the actual completed JPEG. And then it'll just follow suit across the board. And that's actually completely fine. Nothing is wrong with that if you just want to look at it. Okay, this is the project file. This is the actual completed file. That's a great way to do it if you like literally just make works of art and don't work with like a team. Now, let's say if you're doing animation, right? Animation is a little different. It's a lot different. I'm not even going to try to do folder structure on that because depending on the organization you work with, you probably have a different folder structure, but the same basic principles still apply. So let's go back to stickers, right? So I have this sticker section. Now, it's not a lot in here. It's just a few things. Not too many things are in here. All right. A few different versions of stickers. I like all of these. All right, so now that you see what my art is, now if we go back to pictures, Now I have a design section, a graphic design section. I put that separate from digital art because it's not the same thing. It's not really in the same vein. It's completely different. The illustrations and the graphic design is separate, so I keep them in separate folders. Client stuff, even my stuff, and the digital art is different. So when somebody hired me to do graphic design, okay, it's going to be in the graphic design folder. Somebody hires me to do illustration, okay, it's going to be in my digital art folder. I have a scan art and a digital art section. They're completely different, right? So the scans are just going to be black and white, clean scans. So check this out. If I go to the scan art folder, I have it separated. You see right here, I have 2019. Over here, I have inks 2018. I have scans, sketchbook scan, fixes 2020, 2020 scans. That Christ book, that actually needs to go over in the other section with the actual Christ book to keep everything in the same project. I have sketchbook fixes, which is actually the folder where everything has been fixed and cleaned up and sharpened and everything like that. In my sketchbook fixes section, it's literally just the sketches that I have just fixed, meaning specks of dirt are cleaned up. The contrast is higher, just fixing things up. Because when I have my book, when I produced my first book, The Art of Ill, this is what I did. I just literally cleaned up all my drawings and just put them in the book. So as you can see, all of these are just clean line work. That's all everything is. Just clean line work, nothing crazy in this folder at all. I also recommend in the same folder structure, however you choose to make it or organize your files, that you make an incomplete section. Because prior to me making this video, actually yesterday, I went and organized everything. And then the leftover projects that I didn't finish, I just made an incomplete section like that. I just made an incomplete folder. So check this out. Incomplete. It's actually not that many projects that I didn't complete, but sometimes you just got to make that folder section, man. Sometimes stuff may get finished and it may not. I may finish this. I'm not. So this is the folder structure that I use for my art. Everything is in the picture section, and then I'll have digital art, my books, graphic design, textures. Now textures I completely put in a different section. I don't put it in digital art section because I want my textures to be different. I may use it for my digital art, or I may use a texture for my photography. I have a photography 2020 folder. Now, also what I do is I put my photos on an external hard drive to have it in 2 places, just to be secure. You can have it in 3. I also have stuff on Google Drive in the cloud, which is perfectly fine. I like to do that too, so if I'm anywhere and I need to access some work, then I can access it without being like, oh, dang, I don't have my hard drive. Like, I don't have my laptop. I have my phone, and I can show people art on my phone. I also have a website. But let's say if I wanted to download a specific work for a presentation that I sent to somebody and they don't have the art file for it, and I don't have my computer on me, go to Google Drive, download it, boom, just like that. So always have your projects in like more than one location just to be on the safe side, because if your house burns down, Google isn't going to burn down. Hopefully, if it does burn at the same time, that means Christ just came back. Let's transition into the folder structure for my art videos. So check this out. We're going to go to my external hard drive that I was just talking about, because what I do is I edit off my external hard drive. I don't put the video files on my computer. My laptop is only 256 gigabytes, so I don't want to take up space with large video files. I just edit off the hard drive, and it works perfectly fine for me. So let's go to this Toshiba drive. It's a 1 terabyte drive, which is actually pretty good. I'm going to transition to SSDs really soon. I'm going to transition to SSDs. So now we're in the Toshiba drive. If you see, I have things in caps. So if something's in capital letters, that means it's important. It's important to me. That's why I put things in capital letters. So if you see, I have art videos and brushes and films and fonts. Now, everything in caps is pretty important. It's going to catch my eye. So art videos, we're going to go there. And I have another subfolder of art videos, right? And now, as you can see, if things aren't in the folder, this is because that is before I start using folder structures. And I'm actually going to put those in another separate folder, talking about like maybe old art videos or something like that. But if we go to my Texas Art Supply, let's look at this. So we have Texas Art Supply, and then I have the audio files separate, complete files, footage, graphics, project files, everything is separate. Because what happens is when you go to edit something, you want it to be in a nice, tight folder structure, because let's say you're editing in Premiere or DaVinci Resolve. If you lose, like, let's say you lose the file destination, if you have it in a folder structure, all you have to do is really like just click that folder and everything else will just start to sync up. And you know everything is in that folder. If you use graphic elements from your download section, you have footage that you got from your video section, and you got audio that you put in your document section, it's just all over the place, and it's going to be a mess to try to gather all that information. So you work on a specific project, put everything that is in regards to that project in the same file location. It's very, very important for videos because it's not just one element. Videos have multiple moving parts to make up an entire production. And especially if you're on a team and you don't have a folder structure, you are going to get fired. So on my Texas art supply, I have the audio. This video has audio, the main audio, and then the background audio. I have the graphics, which is like all the pictures. What I like to do is I edit my pictures separately. I don't edit the pictures in the actual program. I do all my designs separately in Affinity Designer or Photoshop to make a slideshow, just so it doesn't bog down my system and I can just import them straight away. And even any other photos that I may not have uploaded. So even this one didn't make it in the video, but this is a good picture. So this is like where any other graphic elements that could be in the video may end up in the video or not. Who mans is that? All right, then we go back, and now, so that was the graphics folder. And in the project files, I have the project files for the actual layouts that I did for the beginning of the video, and also the completed art files. But as you can see, having a folder structure gives you a place to put everything together. Like I said earlier, it's like a tree. You want to keep everything rooted to the same thing. So if you know where the tree is, where the root is at, then you can branch out from that specific tree instead of like just running around the whole field trying to gather grapes and berries, because people do that nowadays. We still be gathering these grapes and berries, yo. Passover is coming. We need that grape juice, man. Don't be giving them kids wine, bro. Got your little 2-year-old staggering and doing backflips off the counter. Get down, Shamaya. What you doing? That's been a brief overview on my folder structure. I actually got this folder structure from actually another creator. So as creators, share knowledge. If you have a different folder structure, share it in the comment section below, and I'll try to implement that. So check this out. Pause this video. Feel free to copy this folder structure or any other folder structure. And like I said, this is community. We like to grow, help each other out. So if you have any ideas or anything you have in mind, drop it in the comment section below. Put our ideas together and let's grow. Hopefully this video helped you out. And if it did, drop a like, drop a comment, tag a friend, send it to a friend, send it overseas. Anyways, guys, peace out. Shalom.